So in this video, we're going to be talking about how I was able to cure my social media addiction. And I'm going to open up about the things or about the methods and ways and tactics that you can use to break free from social media addiction and take control of your life in a nutshell. I think it's fair to address that it is a huge problem nowadays. It might sound really dramatic, but the truth is social media has basically taken control of our lives. We are slaves to phones, we are slaves to internet, and even worse, we are slaves to our emotions, social acceptance, validation, approval, and many other things, which can really mess your mindset up, mess your confidence up. And not to mention, we just have thousands and thousands of reasons why social media is bad for you. Not only social media is bad for you, but we're talking about the addiction part. Social media in and of itself is nothing bad. It's not objectively bad. It just is, it is. Social media is social media. The same way money doesn't change you, right? Money is just money. The way you handle money is up to you. So money kind of exposes you, and the same with social media. Social media exposes us in a way which is pretty obvious, and that is we are social monkeys. We just want to get some approval, likes and comments from people, and it just exposes our true nature. And our true nature is about procrastinating, is about being not perfect, which is totally fine, totally okay. And I think we have to be willing to embrace that. But it doesn't mean that by being okay and being natural and being ourselves, we have to basically just give in to those desires and give in to those urges and not take control of our lives. What I want you to understand in this video is that social media keeps you hostage. Again, dramatic, but still it is true. And it keeps you hostage by making you trapped in this endless loop of looking for something new, something shiny, something that can give you quick pleasure and dopamine. And I can explain that, or I can elaborate by saying that, especially with the rise of short form content nowadays, Instagram shorts or YouTube shorts or reels, however they're called. Like if you go there, it's a very toxic and dangerous place to be. If you click your Explore app on your Explore button on your Instagram and you click one video, the AI is there, right? The artificial intelligence is doing its job to recommend you something funny and something interesting, etc. And I actually love it. Like sometimes, although rarely, maybe like once a month, whenever I remember it, I just download Instagram, like the app itself, and then I go to Explore and I just like scroll through reels, and it's pretty fun, like enjoying dark humor, etc. But what happens if you use this thing on a regular basis? What happens is basically you get trapped, you become a hostage to this environment, and this environment gives you cheap, quick, accessible, easy dopamine. You don't have enough mental space or headspace to take a step back, chill, and then say, okay, do I need this thing? Is this thing contributing to my life in any areas? Is it helping me become better? Is it building a better body to myself? Or is it making me richer, right? So in a nutshell, all it is just distraction. And when you are distracted, it's probably the best method modern technology and companies keep us enslaved. And this might be a very strong statement again, but that's true. Like nowadays we have freedom, nowadays we have democracy, etc. in most parts of the world, and people are free to make their choices. But the thing is, you have a paradox of having a choice. Like you have a choice, true, but the fact that you have a choice doesn't really help you, does it? Because the thing is, even if you have a choice, somebody has already decided how you're going to spend your time. Somebody has already decided that you're going to spend a couple of hours scrolling TikTok and Facebook and YouTube daily, and you look for this type of short content and some free entertainment. And this keeps you hostage, this keeps you distracted, and this keeps you in its constant loop of wanting more and more entertainment. What you have to understand is that the system is rigged. And I'm not talking about Illuminati and wishy-washy stuff. It could be there, right? Somebody could be legit sitting there and controlling the world and making all these rules. But on the other hand, if you think about it, like let's just get Illuminati out of our way. When the system is rigged, people have to realize it is actually rigged. Let's imagine you're 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 years old, and you come back home from school, from uni, from your part-time job or from whatever. And then what you do is you basically spend your time scrolling social media, which is kind of okay, right? There's nothing nothing bad going on. You're not indulging in alcohol, or you're not doing anything bad like drugs or, I don't know, smoking something. But that's the thing, like it doesn't have to be something aggressive, something obvious. Being addicted can also mean something subtle that you don't even see and you don't even realize. Please understand that by doing something which is as easy as scrolling your phone, you're getting a lot of dopamine, a lot of pleasure, a lot of entertainment. But right after that, it's gonna dip and you're gonna feel horrible or bad about yourself. That's where depression comes. Like nowadays people think that, I'm depressed, I'm feeling bad, but like, have you actually looked at your life? Have you actually had a good look at your life? Think about the things that you're spending your time on. Think about the things that you're spending your money on. People blame everything. People blame their environment and their unfortunate luck and their destiny for it, but you really don't have to go that far. You just have to look at your day-to-day activities that you're doing, the habits that you are nurturing, and then you will have the results. By having something at your hands all the time, which can give you this kind of mental masturbation from time to time, right? When you have all of these accessibilities and everything is just available for you, you are never gonna be able to break away from social media addiction. Now, there are ways, and we can discuss about that in this video, but just understand that this phone, you might think it's awesome. It gives you camera, it gives you calculator, it gives you alarm, and yeah, it's all cool, right? But it also has the trade-off, and the trade-off is gonna be, it gives you free cheap dopamine, which is really not necessary for you. Like, of course, you can wind down and have some laugh and just like spend time doing whatever. That's cool. But it is a problem when every day you spend hours and hours scrolling your phone looking for something that could actually spark your life, but it's never gonna happen because it's just like free, cheap entertainment. Okay, enough talking about the problem. Let's talk about the solution. Now, how I was able to cure my social media addiction in not only social media, but also watching adult content. The way you overcome it is by making it unattractive or unappealing. In some of my older videos, I've already mentioned this topic, but I just wanted to kind of expand this and go a bit more in-depth and specific in this area. By making it unattractive, what I mean is make this thing that you're using as unappealing and uninteresting as possible. So if you have a phone, I don't know, if you have like an iPhone or whatever, like the newest smartphones, try not to upgrade your phone. It might sound silly and dumb, but that actually works. So when you have like an old phone, like I do, like iPhone 5S or whatever, when you have an old phone, you simply don't have a phone which has enough capacity to have many apps and many, like play a lot of videos and music at the same time. It just like goes out of battery pretty fast. And you might say, hey, this doesn't look like a sustainable, good solution. And my answer is going to be yes, it doesn't, but it's one of them small solutions that you can do. Besides that, what you can do and what I have done is make all of those social media platforms as unattractive as possible. And I'm elaborating. So if I have an Instagram account, I try to unfollow from everything that keeps me addicted. So long time I have unfollowed all the Instagram models or any type of gentleman's club type of Instagram pages where they basically give you like this mental masturbation of you feeling like you are gonna achieve this thing in the future, but all you're doing is just like having this free cheap entertainment at your phone. By unfollowing things that are not interesting to you, what you do is you basically start making this thing not really interesting. So every time you open your app and go to Instagram, it's kind of boring. The whole point is to make it boring and not interesting. So slowly I started just engaging with my social media platforms less and less. I started following less people and less pages. I started hanging out there less. And as a result, what happened was I started getting less and less notifications, which to some people might sound horrific because they are quite frankly afraid to be lonely or afraid to be not getting any attention. But again, that's the whole point. You don't want to be getting a lot of attention from your phone. Once I have unfollowed and made my social media platforms not interesting, at the end of the day, the result was, I was sitting there and then I opened my social medias and I'm like, there's nothing really interesting to me. So I don't really want to open it up, and I just put my phone back down. Besides that, what I also did was I deleted the apps themselves. So for example, Facebook app or TikTok or Instagram, whatever you're using. So delete the app, but keep the browser version. And it just keeps me more balanced and more conscious about how I'm spending my time and energy. In a nutshell, what I'm trying to say is make it uninteresting, make it unappealing. Try to not put your life into there, right? Try not to put all of your attention and friendship there. Just keep everything more offline and more natural. So it's been like a year since I haven't really been using social media that much. I still use social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, etc., but I simply go there to read messages or to just catch up with basic news for fun or for entertainment. But I definitely do not spend hours and hours scrolling my social media and wasting my potential, my energy, and my free time on one of these social media platforms. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.